In this section, we'll focus on the key changes required when using reported speech. Understanding how and when to shift tenses, modify time expressions, and adjust modal verbs is essential when it comes to using reported speech correctly. So I will show you, and together we will explore optional backshifting, the use of reporting nouns, and I'll provide detailed examples to ensure that you apply reported speech confidently. So the main thing here is that the shift sometimes is not necessary, and I will tell you when and how to make the right decision when it comes to creating good reported sentences. So, when it comes to key changes in reported speech, backshifting tenses can be optional depending on whether the reported situation is ongoing or still likely to happen. If the original event is ongoing, we may not backshift. So, let's take a look at this example. We are finalizing the deal. She said they are finalizing the deal. So we can assume that the action is still happening. And in the second one, we're finalizing the deal. She said they were finalizing the deal. This could mean that they're like basically finished or that it already happened with reference to what was said originally before. So you can also choose not to backshift with some known facts or unchangeable truths, like the sun rises in the east. Let's assume that this is something that happens every day, and it's a fact, known fact, and as far as we're concerned, it's an unchangeable truth. So the sun rises in the east. And if we want to report that, we can say, she said the sun rises in the east. We can stick to the present simple here. Okay. Sometimes we don't change the tense, and the rule is simple. No change with present tense reporting verbs. So, the client has accepted the proposal. And when the reported sentence is, he says the client has accepted the proposal, we can see that the reporting verb is in the present tense. He says, not he said. So we do not change the tense in the reported statement. This is basically the most important rule, so make sure you pay attention to that reporting verb, especially when you create the sentence yourself. When you use present simple, present tense, basically, we stick to the same tense as used in the original quote. Tenses and verbs are not the only elements of the sentence that have to be changed when it comes to reported speech. We also adjust adverbs and time clauses. And this table should picture it perfectly, I'd say, because these are the most common clauses and adverbs used in a reported speech and in everyday language, basically. We must remember the key thing here. Reported speech, the function of this phenomenon in English grammar is to make the person who's reporting some news to prove that they're distancing themselves from what was being said, underlying the fact that they did not say that. They're only repeating somebody's words, paraphrasing, and basically, as I said, reporting them. So we need to distance ourselves from what was said. So as you can see, here changes into there. Because if I report something, I might not be here anymore. The here, which was said in the original quote. Maybe I'm somewhere else. So we must say there. Today changes into that day. Now into then. Tomorrow, the following, or the next day. Yesterday, the day before. Last Friday, Monday, Wednesday, you get the spirit, the previous Friday. Ago, before, like 10 years ago, 10 years before. And as promised, I wanted to show you all the modal verbs in reported speech. As you probably remember, we'll change this into would, can, could, may, might. Shall into would or should. Would when the quote refers to a future situation, like I shall do it, I said I would do it. And should when it is a suggestion, like shall I start the presentation? He asked if he should start the presentation. Must becomes had to, or it remains unchanged. There is not a very big difference in meaning and application in this context. Very often it's interchangeable, but in the following session, I will explore the subject a little more. When it comes to would, could, might, should, ought to, and needn't, these remain unchanged, so you don't have to worry about them. Okay, a few reporting nouns connected with that. Certain nouns followed by that clauses are commonly used in reported speech, and this helps to add extra information, for example, on how and in what manner something was expressed. So let me show you a couple examples. He made the admission that he had missed the deadline. She gave me the advice that I should update the report. His answer that we needed more time was life-saving. She made the remark that the proposal was well written. Their argument was that the client hadn't provided enough information. He made the suggestion that we postpone the meeting. Be careful, subjunctive here. We will cover this as well. The forecast was that the market would recover. Her comment was that the figures needed review. The client made the complaint that the service was unsatisfactory, and his explanation was that the delay was due to technical issues. So, to master reported speech, it's crucial to recognize when tense shifts are required, particularly if the original statement is no longer true or relevant. Optional backshifting gives flexibility depending on the context, and understanding changes with time expressions and modal verbs is key. And additionally, knowing how to use reporting nouns plus that expands your ability to summarize information.